All right, this one's about an order of separation so y'all understand. This is an order of separation with the feds. This is where the feds put you in protective custody. I'm going to break down the different forms of protective custody within the Federal Bureau of Prison, aka the FBOP. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and make sure if you're not subscribed, please subscribe while this intro is on. Please subscribe, hit the emoji, the bell, the like, all that. All right? All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. This what it is. I'm going to break down what an order of separation is. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, man. Subscribe. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. An order of protection, they have many different kinds within the feds. They got the PC. That's called protective custody. Protective custody is where they lock you away from everyone else and say that, you can say your life is in danger. Okay, like we'll take this FBG Duck trial situation with THF BZ, THF TZ, excuse me. Like I said, I don't do no writing down. I just go off the head because all this is natural. THFTZ, right, is in what they call PC. I'm going to break down the different forms of PC so you understand. Now, TZ may be in protective custody because they have it where when they feel like your life is in danger, they put you somewhere and move you whether you want to or not. No matter how tough you are, the feds could say, I'm going to separate you from XYZ. So they'll separate you. Then they got another one where being that, it's alleged that TZ called and said that he was in distress, this and that, and they came to, his rescue, and that happened down at the Gold Coast in Chicago. They could say that they're going to put what they call order of separation. Order of separation is where they want you separated from your co-defendants because they think that one co-defendant have influence over another, and if they put the two of y'all in the same jail, then it's going to be a problem because you could still control the mind of another man to possibly go out on police, So they have the order of separation. They separate the influential ones. So in other words, like, I'm going to give you a case. I ain't going to say no name. But there was a case where it was a big kingpin. And, if y'all know who it is, y'all put in the comments, y'all talk about it, whatever. But I'm not going to get into that. There was an order where there was a big kingpin that was charged with, like, decapitation, murder, extortion, and everything else under the book. So being that, he had the power to order a man to take off another man's joint, bang. You understand? That means that he has a lot of power over that man, so they don't want the two of them ever to be together in a federal prison because the two of them together in a federal prison will cause mayhem because all he got to do is tell him, go decapitate that officer, and anything could happen. So to prevent that, they put what they call an order of separation. So they might put a kingpin separate from his hitman, a kingpin separate from his lieutenant, because they feel like they have this type of power over them. So that's why they do that. That's an order of separation, right? So if someone has influence over somebody, they separate them from that person and put them on permanent separation. That means they can never be in the same jail together. And it's crazy because they're supposed to always make sure co-defendants have a direct line of communication to continue to fight their case. But they'll still put them on separation. Now, that hinders them fighting their case because they got to go through the mail and things like that because they don't really have email. But then when they got email, they wind up putting it where you can email your co-defendant for legal matters only, and then they'll read the emails. And if you start talking about Susie screwing who and who doing what and other personal things that have nothing to do with the case, then they'll shut off that, email communication and said you violated the protocol for you corresponding with your co-defendant for legal matters. So that's one form. Y'all paying attention because I'm riding. All right. So now when they do that, it's crazy because you might be like this with somebody. Both of y'all went to trial. You love this man. This man is your brother. He's your comrade. You die for him. You kill for him. You even killed for him, allegedly on the street. But they say, no, we don't want the two of y'all together because he might order you to do something against one of us. So that's that type of order of protection. Then they got the one where if you get into a beef with somebody, let's say you get in a fight with somebody, two people get in a fight in the prison, then they'll put administrative separation. Administrative detention, which is the same thing as administrative, separation, but they call it administrative detention. Administrative detention is like, when I got cut in the face, like I said, I ain't got no problem talking about my, my losses too, because we all take a loss. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. But, like when I got cut, they put me in a hole and they put me in administrative detention. Administrative detention because I wouldn't tell them who cut me. They knew I was going to get my get back, or they felt I was going to get my get back, so they separated me. That's administrative detention. So that's them putting me in PC. I've never voluntarily went in PC. All the biggest and the baddest of men within the prison has been put on some type of administrative detention. You understand? Administrative detention is saying like, damn, we can't catch you for nothing. We ain't got nothing on you, but we're going to separate you from the rest of the compound because we feel that you're a danger to the compound and a threat to the orderly running of the institution. So we're going to separate you, from the compound. That's called administrative detention. And then, like I said a minute ago, then you have the separation, the separation. Now, you get an order of separation from your other co-defendants, an order of separation from anybody that you got influence over. That's how the feds do it. You see what I'm saying? They try and prevent things from happening before they happen, but it's not really it happening to us. It's happening to one of them. So they feel like when I got cut, if they wouldn't have put me on administrative detention, that I would have been on the compound and I would have gotten out on the dudes that, or the dude that cut me, homeboys, and it would have blew up the security and orderly running of the prison. So that's what that administrative detention falls under. Do y'all understand that? Oh, y'all pay attention to the words that are coming out my mouth. All right, so sit back and enjoy this ride. So when co-defendants go to prison, they don't always get a chance to be around each other, especially when there's violence involved. If there's violence involved and they feel one influence the other one to commit the violent act, they feel like if a man have the power to tell another man to kill a man, hurt a man, harm a man, decapitate a man, do anything to another man that is inhumane, then that means he has power over that man. So that man could also be told to harm an officer or another inmate, so they separate them to get that influence away from them. That's order of separation. You understand? So when you hear that, THFTZ is in PC, that don't mean he's signed in, because I'm hearing things on it that, the O Block 6 other members, that they're mad at him and because they feel he set him up. I'm hearing all of this talk, not agreeing with none of that, and I don't agree with none of that. Like I said, because I don't go with rumors, I go with facts, right? But now, if they feel that, then they'll take him and put him in PC to protect him from them. And then if they feel like he had that much power or they had that much love for him that he could pick up a call and say, we down here, they jumped me, come down here and rescue me, and they go down there and they allegedly do something as horrific as what happened to Duck, then you already know what time it is. Then that means that, oops, we got to separate this man from this man. You know what I mean? Because he has too much power. So that's what the order of, separation is for, So it'll come out in time, whether it's for the administration put it on him or he put it on himself because he feared that they feel like they in this situation because of what, he did to them. But You know, it depends on how long he's been separated from them. Did this just happen when after the trial, or this happened before the trial? You know, if it happened before the trial, then it's kind of giving you a glimpse to let you know that, you know, they felt like something would happen to him, so they went to protect them, and they wanted to keep him alive long enough to take the stand to get the brothers found guilty. And that's the way that works. So don't say that I didn't tell you how it worked, because I'm going to give you one, Ryan. Let me give you one, because I feel like riding, you know. Now, there was some dudes down in Norfolk, right? Y'all can figure it out and put it in the comments. You know, if you don't know, you don't know, you know, because I don't do no name dropping. But there was some dudes down in Norfolk. They had a block. Everything was cool. And this one dude had everybody doing what they needed to do. They had Rockwallers out there keeping the dope fiends, you know, and the cokeheads in order by bringing a Rockwaller, sicking a Rockwaller on them. And then you had the co-defendants where he'd tell them, yo, that dude been driving around the block 2-3 times. Here, y'all shoot at that car. Let them know don't come around here. And the dude, bah, 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 they start shooting at him, you know? So now when he starts shooting at him, you know, they done carried out an order of, you know, attempted murder for somebody saying, you know, go do this, you know? And then they might have another one where a dude said, man, my baby mother pregnant. This is a whole nother case, though. My baby mother pregnant, because I'm just riding, you know. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. So baby mother might be like, baby mother pregnant, dude don't want to have a baby. And, you know, the girl refused to have an abortion. So dude tells his man, yo, go kill her. You know what I mean? Because I want to have a baby. Now, for a man to take the order to go murder another female because she's pregnant with your homeboy, your boss, your comrade, your co-defendant, you know, child, and you go out and you kill that, or attempt to even kill that woman and that baby, that means that, you know, he has a grip on your mind. So when someone has a grip on your mind, what they do is they try and separate you from that mind. So it's like take the head away and then the body would fall. So they feel if they take away the person that has that power over them, then the person that is, you know, submissive to that power and carrying out these orders would be much more tameable and controllable once they get them in the feds. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I tell the youngins it's not worth it. So don't sit here and say, oh, you know, jail is easy. You know, I ain't worrying about it. I could do my time. No, it's not that easy, and you can't just do your time like that, because a lot of factors that play into this. I've seen dudes, right, because I'm riding. I've seen co-defendants. I'm out in California. I've seen 2 co-defendants. They both blood. They from California, right? No disrespect to the Bloods. Matter of fact, let me give them a round of applause. All right. Relax, man. Relax, you know. I gave that round of applause because you got the rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls that are trying to say, oh, you're going to big up a Bloods gang. How you going to big up a gang? They did this, they did that. Stop it. You know what I mean? Go to another channel. Give me 3 seconds. All right, you know what to take with you. All right. So now both co-defendants is dead, right? First one co-defendant is dead. He's dead for about 3, 4, 5 years. Everybody love him. Good dude. He get along. Everybody smoke weed. He got a good conversation. He make your time go. You can really bid off him. Bidding off of somebody that can take your mind away from the prison and take you beyond the walls with just their presence, their spirit, their mind, their stories. You know what I mean? And they just some funny MF, you know? So that's what this dude was. So he got along with everybody. Everybody loved him. Wasn't a violent dude, wasn't a disrespectful dude. I mean, Bloods loved him, Crips loved him, New York loved him, Chicago loved him, GD loved him, Miami loved him, Dirty South loved him, Jersey loved him, Boston loved him, everybody loved him. And then here goes his co-defendant. His co-defendant comes and he puts the paperwork out that he's hot. So now when he puts the paperwork out that he's hot, everybody come out there and they say, yo, dude back there in the hole saying that you hot. And the dude say, man, I ain't hot, he lying. He said, yeah, but he's your co-defendant. And he got paperwork. So he come out, he bring the paperwork. So when he bring the paperwork now, he says that the paperwork is a lie. None of that is true. And then he said, nah, he's lying. He told on me. It was a bank robbery. I got away. He told on me. And he showed the paperwork that the dude was hot. But at the same, you know, told on him for the joint. But at the same time, then the other dude that is being accused of being hot, he sit there and the guy that he's saying told on him got paperwork that he told. So bottom line is they both told. So of course the Bloods, as men, they say, okay, boom. He accusing you of telling, you accusing him of telling. Here, y'all get 2 knives, y'all go settle it and figure out what happened. So they went and put their knife work in, and they wound up the one that came second that started the whole thing about his co-defendant being hot that everybody got along with. He lost. So he goes to the shoe. But then now the other one is there that everybody got along with, but he still got to deal with the issue of, is he hot? The paperwork is there, bottom line, So now, the Bloods had to deal with that. So what they did is they wound up telling him, politely, you saying the paperwork ain't real, but bottom line is paperwork. Until you get proper paperwork, you got to go up top. You know what I mean? Going up top means you go to, the protective custody. You got to get off the compound because we don't want the compound knowing that we allowed you to stay around us when we know that there's paperwork that's questionable about you hot. So until you got something concrete to show that paperwork is not good, you got to go because you're giving a car a bad name. And if you don't want to go, you already know what the consequences is. That means that now we're going to put that violent, hot steel that Bethlehem is, Banky Pound says, big shout out to Banky Pound. Go check out Banky Pound. I like that dude. That's my man. You know what I mean? We all work together because we're not into trying to eat each other's back out. We do, we got to do. Bill Feasy, another one that I like, but now that happened, they have to figure out how they're going to deal with that situation. So he got a choice. He could either willingly walk up or he could be carried up on the stretcher, Well, like I said, this dude wasn't a violent dude, so he said, man, I'm going to go on up top. I get the paperwork sent in for my family. Once I get the paperwork, I'll come back, and present the paperwork and show y'all that I'm not hot. But to keep the car name and the face of our brand, the Bloods in Lum Park, clean, I'm going to go on up top until I can do that, And that's the way that works. You see how this is? That's why I say, youngins, if you want to get involved in this, just like y'all get caught telling your comrades and then you wind up in another jail, because there was a whole nother one, right? There was a whole nother one. Let me get another one because I'm riding. Let me get another one. There was a whole nother one where there was a dude that was sitting there and his co-defendant, told on him. He pled guilty. Then he went in and he pled guilty. So he had to tell what his co-defendant told on him. And then the Fed said, we want more than that. We already know what your co-defendant told us. Now we need to know something that we don't know because bottom line, they won't bring somebody in. So all of them wound up telling on other people, bringing people in, but they all pled guilty. And none of them took the stand because they all pled guilty. So they all saying that they're not no rat bastards because nobody didn't take the stand. But bottom line is, you done pled guilty and you implemented all these other names that the feds knew nothing about and you gave information about that. So therefore now you screwed up. So now we back to square one. So you understand. Now that means that you hot. So then now they had to run all of them dudes from that car, or what we called it back then, from that crew, out the car, So they ran the crew out the car because the crew all gave up names, when they pled guilty that had nothing to do with their case. See, if you plead guilty, you're supposed to just say, I did this and I did that. Like my co-defendant. I give my co-defendant the utmost props. His name is Diesel, right? That's so y'all understand. People one person tried to go up there and say some bull crap. Diesel ain't never tell. This what happened. I got caught first. Once I got caught, they had me down in Virginia. Diesel get caught up there in Maine or something like that for trying to sell a little 9 ounces to somebody. And when he got locked up, they didn't even know who he was. So he locked up there, and they just had him as Diesel, a.k.a. Lino. Lino something. That means like last name unknown. You know what I mean? I think it's Leno. Yeah, Lino. So it means last name unknown. They just knew him as Diesel. They didn't even know if it was his real government name or not. So Diesel up there, he gets caught up. He takes a GED test while he locked up, and he gets his GED. So now he gets his GED. He all happy, he proud. He wants to send it home to his mama. So he puts his name on the state papers up there in Maine of his government name. And then once that go out, they already knew that he was AKA Diesel, and they were looking for AKA Diesel, but they didn't have it, figured out because he was up there under a fake ID with a whole different name. So once he put his government name on it, then it came, the feds swooped in, the feds grabbed him and they put him in the system. When they brought him over there, this was after I was already convicted. So when they did that, they tried to get Diesel to tell things about me that they didn't know so they could do what they call supersede the indictment. Superseding the indictment is giving me a second indictment with more charges added on because they found out information later. But Diesel went in there on some man time, and that's why I give him his props always, and that's why I still deal with him to this day. Diesel went in there and told him that everything he did was for himself. So now the key rat bastard told him that Diesel drove a van down from New York to Charlotte with like 20 keys of cocaine in it and brought it down to one of my workers in Charlotte, and that, then got the money and sent the money back up to New York with the females and did all of it. So they asked Diesel, about that. So Diesel told him straight up, he said, look, I drove 20 keys down there. I dropped the 20 keys off to somebody. I did what I had to do, and that's what I'm pleading guilty to. And they're like, no, but at Unique's trial, they testified that Unique ordered it, Unique did this, Unique did that. And he said, no, Unique had nothing to do with nothing. I took the drugs down to Charlotte and I sold the drugs, and that's what I'm pleading to, that I sold drugs or transported drugs from New York to Charlotte. And they like, no, but Unique is the one that gave it to you. He said, no, he wasn't the one that gave it to me. He said, yeah, but the testimony, the trials, they said, well, whoever testified at the trial, they lied. They committed perjury. So now they're furious with him, So they have something called acceptance of responsibility. Acceptance of responsibility is when you do like Diesel did, you go up there and you say, I did this, I violated, I'm accepting my responsibility, and they give you 2 points off that will wind up dropping your time. So if you're looking at it 20 years, you might wind up with 15 with the acceptance of responsibility. Diesel accepted his responsibility, but being that when he accepted responsibility, he didn't accept it and tell the government's version of what went on or to support the rat. Government fought him and said that he wasn't truthful because there was testimony on the oath saying that Diesel, took the drugs down there for Unique. Now Unique is saying, now Diesel's saying he did it for himself, So that wound up getting Diesel 27 years in prison. So you understand. But that's how men do. Instead of telling on me, he took his time as a man. Instead of me telling on my comrades, I took my time as a man. And that's just what it's all about. That's why I say don't get involved in the street, because this is tricky. There's no gray area. And that's why I'm wearing gray today. It's just in the black, and white. Because it's just black and white. There's no gray area in between. It's either black or white. Either you did it or you didn't do it. You know what I mean? Either you're a rat or you're not a rat. Either you tell or you don't tell. There's no justification for telling, no reason for telling. No, they got my pet monkey Bubbles. They got my mother. They got my brother. They got my sister. They got my wife. They talking about taking my kids for my wife. You knew all that when you got involved in the game. That's why I say don't get involved in the game, so you ain't got to worry about them threatening or taking your children, your mother putting her in jail, your uncle, your father, or your pet monkey Bubbles. Nobody go to jail if you don't go on the street and violate the law. If you violate the law, you get caught, you handle your business by yourself. And that's why I'm saying that I don't feel that you capable of that, because it's a different generation and y'all wasn't raised with this embedded in you, so you do what you choose to do. And on the strength of that, that's why I'm saying now, don't get involved in the street. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. The book is on the screen. Where's that? I put it to it right there. The book is on the screen. Aurora in Harlem. You could go to aurorainharlem.com and Google or Bing and buy the book from my website. Or you could go to Amazon. It got 4.5 stars. But and the Cash App is on the screen. Make sure you hit the logo. It says it was created in 2020. And follow me on Instagram. And Twitter. Make sure you, Twitter. That's not Twitter. Yeah, I'm on Twitter too, but make sure you go TikTok. I've been putting up some really good shorts on TikTok from the different shows that I was on. So you could, hear the different stories that I've told, about the game, about my life, and about history in general, politics and everything else on my TikTok. Go to TikTok, Unique Mecca Audio on TikTok. All right, Unique Mecca Audio on TikTok. Everybody go over there and follow me on TikTok. All right, but that's where we at with it. Been on here long enough. I just want to give you something for Sunday. So remember, just because someone is put in PC don't mean that he signed in PC. It could be an order of separation that the government put out to separate you from your co-defendant. It could be administrative detention that they put you in because they feel like you're a danger to the orderly running of the institution, you know, and they put all of us wind up in that. If two people get into a knife fight, right, and they don't, let's say they don't catch them, you know, or let's say they catch one and don't catch the other, but you know, they know who did it, but the victim, the person that got assaulted, is saying that he don't know who got him, you know? Then now they say, okay, we're going to lock you up for administrative detention to protect yourself, protect you from others, and to protect others from you, because you might want to get back for whatever happened. So they have that, you know, administrative detention. Do y'all understand that? See, I give you all these nice little jewels. So make sure, you know, you follow me on Instagram, right, and TikTok. That's the name on the screen. Unique Mecca Audio, and my Cash App is on the screen. Cop the book, you know what it is. Make sure you subscribe, and share these videos, man. Go back and look at the other videos. I got almost 700-800 videos. Everything is jewels, everything is crack. Don't just come and look at the most recent video, because I got over 700 other videos that give you crazy, crazy jewels. And that's what this channel is about. Crazy jewels. Go look at them other videos, man. Y'all just coming here for the first time if you've been here for a minute. But just know what time it is. Let me tap out.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. Right. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them, and bless up to all the root men.